Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. So what am I doing with this? Well, it was full of something and I've emptied it out. And I wanted to show you, I've been going through some old patterns that I have had. And what I look for in patterns is I might not make exactly what's showing, but I like to look at the style, if it's simple, how they do a little cuff on the arm, the colours they're using. It looks like there's a bit of a pattern, but it's hard to see with that colour. But that's really pretty. I like that. I like to go through old patterns. I've actually donated a whole lot that I had back to the shops. But I like this one because it's so simple. So very simple. These are just some very old books. And what else is in here? This one. Very simple. And some of these patterns, what I look for is the colour, but also the style that they're using. I like just to see the overall shape. And I might not make it exactly. I mean, I could do, but I just like to see it's plain at the bottom and a nice pattern at the top. Doesn't seem to have anything around the sleeves here. It looks like it's the same front and back, and they just do the shoulder seam. I can never say that. Shoulder seam. But it's the same front and back. That would be simple. But isn't that quite elegant? There's one on the back here. I don't want to show the pattern. And it's covered on the front and open on the back. But I like to go through and just look at all the pictures. Here you go. That might be what's in the book. So it's patterned on one side and it's plain on the other. And you could change it so it's coloured on one side and plain with the pattern. I also like that skirt. There's the at the top. What else is up here? I like to get lots of different ideas. So these just look like drop shoulder tops. Very, very easy and simple. But she's got some a plain stripe in amongst the pattern. I wonder if they've got bigger pictures further on. I think they have. It's just showing them all. This is the one on the front, and I actually really like it. It's elegant, being white, with a nice simple pattern. Where's that other one? Oh, now that looks like it's a specialty yarn, unless you've used a different yarn going through the middle. It also looks like it was a drop shoulder with some sleeves added. But the front and back look the same. Going by the neckline, looks the same. So, just very interesting. I really like now I like this one. That looked different. They must have used a different yarn, but it's just the same front and back. So I thought, and that's the same. That's the same, exact same style, and it looks totally different using different yarn. And putting some stripes in. So totally different. I haven't got you up at the table, so I hope you can see just the different ideas you can get. Just a little summer top there. One's a V-neck, one's, it looks like the same front and back. Very simple patterns. So I just get lots of different ideas, and as I was going through my patterns, I thought you might like to have a look. So you can do a lot. Now this looks like something I'm doing with my knitted squares. Look, she's got all different squares. She's got cables in that square. On the shoulder, on the other side, she looks like I can't quite see what she's done. That looks really nice. I could do that with my squares. What else is in this one? So different squares, but they'll be knitted all together. Anything inside? No, it's just the pattern. And then what's on the back? Just a cardigan. But I definitely like the idea of this. I think my squares will be too flimsy. I think I'd have to double up my yarn, use 2 strands, but I really like that. You could use different colour panels as well as having different stitches. So this is what I like to do. Go through, and that looks like just an ordinary drop shoulder, same front and back, pattern at the top, an eyelet above the ribbing, and another eyelet stitch below that pattern. Do you like looking at old books and getting different ideas? There you go, there's the holy stitch, I call it, the eyelet stitch. And she's got a beanie in the same. So I know how to make the holy stitch now. And there she's got one just in plain, but with a V-neck. Not much else in this book. There she's got a bit of cables going along. And a matching beanie. This is an old pattern. I remember this from my teenage years, I think. Fontana, 10 cents. But it looks like same front and back because of the neckline. So you could leave off the sleeves and just have it as a top. That's pretty. Looks like some nice fluffy yarn, nice and soft. And, oh, this little cardigan, do you remember wearing those? Oops, I shouldn't be showing the pattern. I'm not sure if it's copyright or not. Do you remember these little cardigans back in the 80s, I think? Little short cardigans. There, that's better. It's a nice little waistcoat. Just lots of ideas you can get. What else is in this one? Nice little cardigan with those pockets. Now those pockets interest me because I make my pockets are knitted in. They're not patch pockets that I do. I knitted it. I've got a very easy tutorial, but I like those, I call them sideways pockets. And I've never tried doing them, and they look very simple. And then you've got a couple of tops here. Oops. Waiting for it to focus. I like them when they've got a little shawl collar. I like the little shawl collars. This is an old one. I think I found this in my mum's things. My mum was a great knitter. So that was in my mum's one. I had this when I was 20. And I even had the same colour yarn and I started to try and knit it. Never finished it, but I think it's really pretty and I like the colour. It's hard for you to see. It's like a deep russet red. That's an old pattern, 65 cents. So I just like to have a look at patterns and get ideas from them. And I like the idea of this, a nice big jacket, nice warm jacket. Bit of a shawl collar to keep your neck warm. This is an old classic that was in my mum's pile. And that's where I got the idea of putting cables down my sleeves on my knit-along cardigan tutorial, be in my playlist. I put cables down my sleeves, which you never see these days. I always get comments when I wear that cardigan. I like this little cardigan too. Just simple, it's just the colour and the shawl collar. It's an old one. And then some nice little summery tops. Same front and back. Just has a bit of a raised stitch every so often. I like that. It's very simple. So I need to have a go at some of these. Now I picked up this pattern from a second-hand shop because of the pockets. So I need to learn how to do those sorts of pockets. And then, yes, I picked up this one because some of the patterns are written different, so I like to read them all. And that man's got, I call sideways pockets. So that's a nice top. This is an old, it's got stains on it, so it's not on her jersey, it's stains, but I just got this. I don't know why I've kept this one. Maybe there's something on the back. Cardigan. That, I call that stitch, it's like a leaf stitch. I call it the leaf stitch. Mum put that on a baby shawl once. She made one of my children. My firstborn. Maybe I kept it for the leaf stitch. The polar necks. I love polar necks. I've got a long neck and I love my neck being warm. And it's in garter stitch. So garter stitch can look really pretty. What's this one? Oh, just some classic tops. Just a classic V-neck. Oops. Pretty with the leaves on. And just some more classic jerseys. More into cardigans and jerseys. What's this? I put them all in these, I've been taking them out, but I put them all into these to protect them. So I thought this looked interesting. Looks like it's the same front and back. Pretty pattern. That would get my brain working, wouldn't it? What else is in here? Just different things to look at. It's a nice open stitch. What's at the bottom here? And just putting the colour in amongst the pattern. You put the plain stripes amongst the pattern yarn. You get lots of ideas by looking. Now this one, they've actually made the holy stitch, and they've threaded some material or ribbon through there. Looks quite pretty. So that's something different. What's this one? My mum used to do stocking stitch backs and patterned fronts, and then stocking stitch arms. So you don't have to do the whole lot the same. What's these ones? Oh, I always thought that was pretty. Just the colours too, isn't it? Nice and soft with the pastel colours. It's an old Fontana one. Whoops, focus. There you go. Isn't that pretty? And I like the colours together. So that gives me an idea of colours, even if I can't do that fancy stitch. It looks fancy to me. But that gives you an idea of colours. The same as this one. I think I was looking at it, that it was interesting because of the colours. And this is an old book. Autumn Originals. Free Fashion Patterns. And I thought it looked really pretty with the different colours and then having the holes along it. Oh, look what's coming out for the winter one. That's quite awesome. Years ago, I think the 80s, didn't we? We put a lot of colours into things, and then everything went a bit drab later. But that's awesome. Different squares, different patterns. That's awesome. I'd wear something like that. That's really neat. What's this one? Oh, a bit hard to see these pictures. Lots of patterns in those ones. There's another one there. Different squares. Different colours with the cable at the middle. You can spend a long time sitting looking at these things and just getting little ideas. Not that one. What else have we got here? Little emoji things before they were called emojis, I think, on that one. So yeah, some of these old books are really worth going into the stores if you can get in and just looking through them. Oh goodness, there's a koala. Oops. The vertical stripes. Oops, sorry. Banging the coloured squares again. And that one looks interesting on the right. The colour inside there. Oh gosh. I'll take this one out of the bag. Oh, some more for these big jackety type looks. I was looking for shawl collars. I knit myself a Starskin Hutch cardigan when I was 15 by copying off my best friend. I just copied everything she did because she had the pattern and I would copy. So I've been looking for something with a shawl collar and something I can make again. So I went out and found all these. There you go. All these cardigans. But I haven't been able to find the original pattern again. I found kids' ones. So I just picked them up just in case. There's one on the bottom right. And just lots of classics. Oh, and I like this one because of the colour. I like that one because of the colour. And it's not square, she's got curves at the end. So I like that one. Oh, just a classic jersey with big rib neck. What's on this one? I wonder why I kept this book. It's an old book, 20 cents. What's that, 80s, 70s? Let's see what's in the book. Wonder why I kept the book. You can see there she's got a skirt and a jersey. It was quite the rage for a while, wasn't it, knitting a skirt? So a V-neck, a round neck and a cardigan. Oops, sorry, I keep knocking the tripod. Now that's similar to what was in the other book. And then you've got a little vest. She's got, oh I see, she's got a little ribbon around the edge, little ribbon details around her sleeves. That's just a... This one is interesting. It looks like they've put the crosses in afterwards. So it's garter stitch and then stocking stitch and then garter stitch and stocking stitch. But where they've changed, they've put crisscrosses in a different colour. Oh, that could be fun. That could be very fun. And just the use of colour, and she's got a nice pink hat to go with it and a belt, and you can make it look really elegant. Very pretty colour yarn there. See, the sleeves are different to the main part of the cardigan, so I thought that was interesting. Let's open it up so we can see the middle lady. I used to wear blouses with ribbons. I wore a separate colour ribbon on a white blouse. That was my thing in the 80s. But I like the cardigan. It's got bubbles all over it. And then another cardigan. It's just a bit of a classic cardigan there. Bit of colour work. That's nice. That would be nice and elegant. She's got a lovely skirt to go with it. That's nice for winter, isn't it? Nice colour. And then you've got your... So the sleeves are different to the fronts. So that's something else too. What else have I got? Oh, I thought this looked really nice and simple. It's more about the texture of the yarn. And then on the side there you've got your round neck. I thought just nice and simple. And this is the one I was looking about, the pockets. You can see they're knitted in, they're not sewn in. I thought that looked nice. Whoops, a bit blurry. What else is in this book? And this side, nice use of colour with the wool. Or yarn. I still say wool because we called it all wool when I was a child, and then now it's yarn. What else is in here that's interesting? Little caps on the sleeves. Now that could be something to learn. Another little vest. It's all about colour and texture. Because you could make that little vest in 3 different colours with 3 different patterns and it would look totally different. Look at the big cables on that. So the one next to it's exactly the same, but it looks so different with the colour. That's awesome. That's sweet. That's really sweet. Nice little pearly buttons on it. I used to wear cropped cardigans and jerseys with my big baggy skirt. Back in the 80s when I'd walk to work. That looks like the same back and front with the neckline. I'm only guessing. I could be wrong, but just that neckline, that boat neckline reminds me. Some zigzags with bobbles on it. So I'm usually just finding one thing out of a book. But I thought I'd show you what's in the box. And then, oh, I had some really old baby patterns, but I gave them to the second-hand shop. But I've got this one, a booty book, all sorts of booties. Look at that cat face on it. Long booties and ones you button up. Aren't they cute? All different types of booties. And then this is a cardigan. These would have been my mum's, you see. Can't even read it. Is that 95 cents upside down? No. 11 shillings and 9 pence or something. That's a... But anyway, these are... Mum was always knitting always knitting for me and the boys. These Mum had. She'd knit these for the babies. I remember these patterns, and I remember this book. She knit my children when they were babies from this book. Here's the other patterns. I've still got some of her knitting that hadn't been finished before she passed away. She was always knitting. And some little dresses that look a bit fancy for me, but I love this top. I love the little girl's cute smile. Look at that. But I love the top. It looks the same back and front, or maybe it's got a plain back, I reckon. But that great big cable in the middle, I reckon that's really nice. And it's just the use of the yarn and the cable. Looks really easy. Oh, and I picked this up because of the vest pattern. I thought, oh, that looks simple, because I wouldn't have to do it the same yarn, of course. And then I picked up this, just the different use of colours. They're cute. And it's just a classic cardigan, button-up cardigan. Don't think there's anything else in here. No, just those two. Nearly finished the pile, and just some more classic ones. These would have been out of my mum's. Kaiapoi and Shepherd were very popular brands. Oh, and I picked up these for children's cardigans that had the shawl collar and the tie belt, just in case I might make them. This was a pattern my mum had, 10 cents. She made these for me. Brings back memories. And here's another old pattern Mum had. I don't remember if she made this or not, but it was in her things. Maybe she went for the style and not the actual pattern. Or maybe she put the pattern on a cardigan, because I had mostly cardigans. This is one I haven't opened up. It's actually sealed, and I picked up because the buttons on the shoulder, where you open up the shoulder, I thought that's something I want to learn. So I picked up the pattern. But isn't it cute with the little dogs on it? So it looks like it's quite worn, so I haven't even opened it yet. It's just $1. So that's my little pile. I had heaps more, but I gave them, really old ones, but I gave them to a second-hand shop or an op shop or a thrift shop, whichever name you want to call them. But isn't it fun to go through and look at how you can change things and make something different by colour of the yarn, the pattern, way you're putting things together. So that's my little stash, just a small stash now. I'm not adding to it. I don't think I need to. I've got lots of ideas in here, and I might even get rid of some of these to the opportunity shop. So I hope you've enjoyed just looking at those, and I hope you get some ideas out of me showing you things. Some ideas for colours and style, and I like that top made out of squares, different squares. It gives me a lovely idea, doesn't it? You could make a cardigan or a summer top or a jersey. So it doesn't always have to be a blanket. Blankets are lovely, but I like to wear everything. There you go. I hope you've enjoyed that, and have a nice day. I'll catch up with you later. Bye.